All right, these are your muscular diagrams. You'll want to fill this out in the Cami little assignment. To have these on standby, I think you have a quiz on it already. They'll be on your exam probably next week. These are the muscles you'll want to learn. Just like we learned about 22 or 21 in your skeletal system, these are to me, the most important muscles, the most injured muscles, we can say that, that you need to know about. Some of them you are very aware of, especially if you're in things like PE or nursing or something like that. You know some of these. So let's just fly through them real quick, and you can pause it at any time and fill out that muscular system diagram that way you have it on hand. It's also a great way to memorize things. So there's two diagrams. This is a full body diagram. Of course, the anterior view and the posterior view here. Pectoralis start on the anterior side. Pectoralis major. These are your pecs. These are your chest muscles. All right. Your biceps, of course, upper arm, front side, anterior side, abdominals, because we all have an 8-pack. But they are down underneath our skin, even if we can't see them. Your abdominal muscles there. The sartorius is the longest muscle in the body. Okay, it reaches all the way from the hip here to the side of the knee. This is a muscle that helps us move our legs in and out, just aids in stability as well. Abductor muscles, the inner thighs here. This helps us pull the legs together. Running down the middle side here, you can see that some of these can be seen on the posterior view as well. Some of them can't. We'll just fly on the ones on the anterior right now. Trapezius muscle, your traps. These are the upper shoulders here. The deltoid is the rounded part of the muscle. If we looked at it from a side view, we would really see that it kind of wraps around and forms this triangle. Skipping this one, the external oblique are our stability muscles on the sides of our abdominals. Your brachioradialis, or your forearm muscles. There's also lots of muscles here that enable hand movement, finger movement, but this is one that I really wanted you to know about, the brachioradialis. Remember in our notes from last time it talked about that a lot of times the location of them are in the name, the radial, the radius. Think about that bone. Your quadriceps are the front. There's 4 large muscles that make these up, quad, the front part of your thigh. The gastrocnemius, you can see it. It's really think about it on the back. I probably should wait on that one, but you can see it along the front side. This is your calf muscle. Okay, it's 2 muscles right here together. Your calf muscle, gastrocnemius. Tibialis anterior. You should know this name already, even if I just gave you this. It's near your tibia. It's attached to your tibia, and it's also in the interior part of your body, so the front side. Looking at the posterior view, the latissimus dorsi. This is one of the larger muscles in your back, latissimus dorsi. You can see there's also some smaller muscles, but we're not worried about those at this point. Your hamstrings are some muscles in the back of your thigh. There, the hamstring muscles. Your triceps are the back of your upper arm. Your triceps and your biceps work together to enable movement of the arm at the elbow. So the triceps and biceps are partner muscles. Gluteus medius is right above where your gluteus maximus is. That's your butt muscle, but you have this other muscle here that aids in some of the finer movements of the hips. So the gluteus medius is, of course, smaller, maximus meaning the big one. Okay, so this is our butt muscle, as we like to call it. All right, I also have this diagram for you. There's lots more than this, but there's 6 ones that I really wanted you to know about muscles of the head and neck. These muscles enable all the fine movements that takes place in our head. It's how we can make so many facial movements and features stand out. Let's just talk at the top. The frontalis is this muscle. It helps raise the eyebrows. It moves around the forehead. You can probably think about moving those right now. I am. The orbicularis oculi are the muscles around your eyes. It helps open and close your eyelids, and also helps with some of the movements of the eye, some of the fine tunes of our facial features. You're squinting or giving somebody stank eye. Orbicularis oculi. The orbicularis oris helps, oftentimes called the kissing muscle. Oh yeah. Orbicularis oris. Some of y'all saying I need to have some hypertrophy with that. Anyway, it helps make the kissing movement. When you stick your lips out Like in a kissing type movement, this is the muscle that really helps move it. It also helps with some of the fine-tuned movements in talking, and also smiling, facial features like that. Sternocleidomastoid. The sternocleido. Well, I put it as the sternocleidomus. Sorry, missed that. I think I messed up on that one. We'll just go with that name for it, sternocleidomas, or the sternocleidomastoid is what I've always called it. Anyway, this is a large muscle in your neck. You can kind of feel it sometimes depending on how you move your neck. It's all the movements of the head. This is a very complex muscle. It works with all these smaller muscles around it to, shake your head no, or lift your head up and down saying yes, or if you make a movement like popping your neck, this muscle is very pronounced when you do all those. The temporalis is some of the movements. If you can wiggle your ears, your temporalis is very finely tuned, but it does help with some of the movements that we may not, it may go unrealized that we are doing it with the side of the head. It oftentimes work with some of these other muscles to make some movements. Lifting your eyebrow up on one side, you can actually kind of feel some movement with your temporalis as well. So it coincides with other things. Your masseter helps close your mouth. So like let your chin dangle open. And your masseter is how you can get such a tight bite or a sharp, strong bite, your masseter. The joke is always, some of y'all need to work out your masseter. Keeps your mouth shut. So those are the muscles of the head and neck that I wanted you to know. I'm sure we'll talk about them a little more. Use these for filling your diagram. Also the ones on the body.